Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Are you familiar with the most scary, funny creatures that have made us never want to go to the circus? Yes, you've guessed it right. I'm talking about the scary clowns with big, fat, frightening smiles. Today, in this video, you will see our picks for the top 10 movie clowns that IT Pennywise would embarrass. Number 10. Frowny the Clown. Long story short, Kent Moccy puts on a clown costume at his son's birthday party because the hired clown ditches them at the 11th hour. He gives a performance to entertain his son and the guests. But in the morning, he gets to know that he cannot take off the costume. He tries his best to take them off, even though he attempts to hurt himself by cutting off that red nose. It revealed later that this is not a costume, but the skin and hair of a demon who likes to eat children every month of the winter. He could not be killed, but subdued. He leaves his skin and hair behind for another unlucky and poor soul to wear it. Later on, Kent becomes a demon clown as he starts killing and eating children. Even, he attempts to eat his son. In the end, the wife of Kent saves the lives of her son Jack and her unborn child by smashing the demon clown's head with a hammer. Number 9. Twisty the Clown. Twisty the Clown is one of the famous characters of the American Horror Story series. It is considered the creepiest clown, but this character got all the attention of the viewers. His appearance is not eye-pleasing, as his makeup looks off the beat and looks runny. He dresses up just like old clowns from the 50s or 60s, in a dirty, yellowish costume. He covers his lower part of his face with a mask that has a big scary smile on it. But behind this smiley mask, his background story is quite sad and horrifying. When he was a baby, he dropped off on his head that caused him a minor mental disability. In 1943, he decided to leave Jupiter to start work as a clown with Rusty Westchester's Traveling Carnival. In Jupiter, he used to live with his alcoholic mother. Because he becomes popular, the two jealous freaks and cruel dwarfs spread a nasty rumor about him that he molests children. This lie makes him take his life. He tries to kill him by blowing off his lower jaw, but he survives. To cover his disfigured face, he wears a makeshift prosthetic mask. He decides to gain all the love back in his way from the children by keeping them safe from their parents. Number 8. Stitches the Clown. If you are a coulrophobe, then this movie is not for you, because Stitches is one of the most creepy movies. This movie has some scary scenes that can make you shout your lungs out in fear. Stitches looks like a rough clown character that usually gets hired to do his performance at birthday parties. In the movie, Stitches the Clown goes to a birthday party where he arrives late. He tries to do his best to entertain the kids with his performance, but they start making fun of him by throwing balls at him and doing pranks like tying his shoelaces. He trips and falls into a dishwasher. Then, a knife in the dishwasher drives into his face. He tries to get the kids, but of a deep wound, he dies at the spot. After a short time of the Stitches, the clown's death, a kid from the birthday party sees some clowns performing rituals at his grave. Then the group of clowns notice the kid and try to chase him away. 6 years pass, there is another birthday party at Tommy, the kid at whose birthday party Stitches died. Stitches comes to a birthday party with newly otherworldly powers, while stalking the kids who caused his death. In the end, Stitches and Tommy have a showdown, which happens by tying Stitches' shoelaces and forcing him to trip and fall on the egg that brought him back to life. After 6 months of this incident, Motley, leader of the clowns, starts reassembling Stitches' egg so he can come back again to take his revenge. Seven. Pogo the Clown. This clown is horrific, as this movie is a biopic of a serial killer, John Wayne Gacy. His tactic was wearing a clown's costume and went to charity events to scout his victims and lure them to his place, where he would murder them after assaulting them. He abducted and murdered almost more than 30 people over his killing spree. On March 13, 1980, he was sentenced to death, but before being executed through lethal injection, he would sit on death row for 14 years. Gacy quoted that this character, as a pogo, allowed him to regress to his childhood. He is considered the vilest man, but his pogo character will always remain the most frightening one. Number 6. Clown House Clowns. It is a film about a kid who is afraid of clowns, but his older brother has taken him to the circus. At the circus, some mental asylum patients are there for their relaxation, as mental asylums do that for their unstable inmates. Those 3 asylum inmates dress up as clowns after killing them. Then they terrorize those 3 brothers by cutting the power to their home. The setting of this movie can make the viewers seated tight on the seats, as it can get your attention. In the end, brothers kill all those insane clowns. This movie gives a message to the viewers that anyone's fears stay with them, even if they can hide from them. 5. Jack Attack. Jack Attack is an iconic monster character that plays a villain role in the series of demonic toys. He can take the form of a monstrous Jack-in-the-Box, as he has the head of a clown, and the other body is a box with gestures on it. He bites victims with his sharp claws and can dislodge himself from his box just like a snake. He makes honking noises while laughing. He is a tiny but life-threatening monster that you can't take lightly. Number 4. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. It is a story about evil aliens who land on Earth having a bloodlust for human flesh with a combination of sweets. They kill their victims with their creative ways. They aren't just clowns, but cannibals who kidnap humans and wrap them into cotton candy cocoons and drink their blood with twisty straws. This movie has some frightening scenes. Once the clown kills everyone at the police station and the bus stop, when a clown doing a shadow puppet and suddenly T-Rex eats all the people. In the end, heroes win by knocking down the leader of the aliens' clown and by destroying their mothership. But the last scene hits that the aliens may have survived as the heroes hit in the face with cream pies. Number 3. The Poltergeist Doll. Ask anyone who belongs to the 80s about his favorite scary movie, and he would like to name the clown doll Poltergeist. In this movie, a family shifts to their new home as their father gets a promotion at the office. After some days, some supernatural activities happen, and the family gets frightened. At the start, there are just some weird things happening, and nothing evil-minded. But after a couple of days, the clown doll gets angry and starts attacking the family. Robbie and his sister go to sleep when Robbie is shaken to death by the weirdest supernatural activities. When he lays down in bed, he sees that this giant doll is on a chair staring at him. Robbie goes to that doll to make sure that it can't move. Nothing happens, so he again lays down to sleep when he hears someone's footsteps. He sits up and then realizes that the chair is empty and the doll is not there. He checks both sides under his bed and finds nothing, but suddenly, the clown attempts to attack him from his back when he sits back on his bed. Robbie defeats the clown somehow, and the spirit departs from the doll's body. And now, let's move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by a subscriber. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it to us. Who knows? We might even feature it in one of our videos. Number 2. This creepiest picture that we have picked as a subscriber pick of the day is actually a comparison between Pennywise Clown from the movie It, and another one is from the series American Horror Story, known as Twisty the Clown. The Joker. Number 1. The Clown Prince of Crime. The one and only, the Joker. He is an iconic comic book villain who is considered Batman's biggest enemy. He is the king of heinous crimes, with whom you do not want to mess with. He is not a supernatural demon clown or a spirit clown, but because of Joker's insanity and the ways of killing people, he beats all of them. With a crowbar, he beat Jason Robin, and even tried to blow him up with a bomb because he thinks Batman was taking so long to find him. In Dark Knight, this agent of chaos plays with people's lives just for a laugh. He hurt people in a way no one has ever imagined, and does inexpressible things to people for unnecessary matters. This individual can do anything to anyone at any time, and this makes him the scariest one. Finally, we made it to the end. Well, who do you think is the most scary one? Comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Click the thumbs up button and hit the bell icon for updates.